friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Kat and today I'm going to be talking about my number one product in every category of my collection. So I did a video a while ago talking about like my all-time favorite makeup products, but there were multiple things in like different categories. So I thought today I could talk about like my number ones, my absolute number ones, and tell you why I love them, etc, etc. These are the things that if I had to reduce my collection to one item per category, these are the ones that I would have. I'm sorry if you can hear my washing machine. I've become obsessed with dyeing my clothes and I'm cleaning the washing machine because I keep dyeing my clothes in the washing machine. Anyway, that is a tangent. This look has been filmed. It will be up tomorrow. Don't you worry about it. I'm so happy with it. So don't worry, it'll be with you tomorrow. And if you haven't been on my channel before, hi, I'm Kat. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I love colourful makeup, colourful fashion, but I don't like to promote overconsumption on my channel. I love to promote using what you have, loving what you have, and exploring the full versatility of your makeup and your wardrobe. So if that is something that you would like to see more of on your timeline, then please don't forget to subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I'm trying to upload 5 videos a week. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, plenty of content from little old me, and if that's something you want, you know what to do. Let's get into this video. So the way I went into this was basically so I've just scratched my neck and it's very red. Please ignore it. But the way I went into this was thinking like, if say I was traveling to a different country and my makeup bag got lost in transit and there was a place where I could go to where I could buy makeup, not like, you know, had everything available, what would I buy? What would be the things that I would 100% be like, these are things I cannot, not like can't live without, because I definitely could, but you know, these are the things that I would immediately repurchase. That's the way I kind of went into it. And if I'm doing that, then I don't need to buy multiples of one thing, because it's like, I just need one of each. So that's how I went into it. And I was also very realistic because like, I don't think I would buy a primer because I use like a glowy base, but that's not an essential for me. I don't use it every day. So I skipped primer because I could live without it. And the first thing, I mean, if you are someone that's been on my channel before, none of these are going to be a surprise to you, but I just felt like talking about them. So foundation, MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Foundation. I have now been asked at work multiple times, like, if I wear foundation, what foundation do I wear because my skin looks so nice? It's this. This is the best skin product I've ever tried. So I use the shade C2. It works really well with my fake tan because I only fake tan to like a medium. And it's a very sheer foundation. If you are looking for coverage, if you are looking for, you know, perfecting your skin, that is just not going to give you that. But what this gives you is a thin veil of color. What I'm looking for in a foundation is something to tone down my redness, to even out my skin tone, to basically make my skin the same sort of color as my neck, but I want it to still look like skin. I don't want it to be flat. I don't want it to be like, I just don't want it to look like I'm wearing a face of foundation. That is my personal preference. And this foundation does exactly that. It just gives the perfect amount of coverage, which is very little, and it just looks really natural, like really natural. And it's super glowy and super healthy looking. And the thing I like as well is that it wears off really nicely. Like, you don't end up with patches on your face, or you're not going to end up like with dry spots. It just kind of wears down very naturally because it's so sheer anyway. It's not as if you're going to have like sections of your face where it's like full coverage and then no foundation. Does that make sense? Like, it's gonna wear off very graciously, and I never come home and think, oh my god, my foundation is like all over the place. It's just like, it's just worn down, it's sort of worn off but that's about it. Other than that, like, I just love this foundation. I've got nothing bad to say about it. I've had this for like, maybe this one for like a month and a bit now, and I am definitely using it more than my other one that I had. The other one that I had lasted me like 2 years, but I didn't wear foundation for a long time. I was just sort of wearing it every now and again, but really now I'm wearing it every day. So yeah, this is my favorite. I will always repurchase it. I do have other foundations, but I'd be more than happy to just have this foundation in my collection and use it every day for the rest of my life, unless I found something that does this, but much cheaper. I love the Barry M Fresh Face Foundation, but it's a lot thicker than this, and I would prefer it if it was like, this is like a watery, can you hear that? It's a very liquidy consistency, whereas the Barry M one is more moussey, so I'd prefer the liquid of that. Okay, I feel like this is a bit cheating because I only own one concealer, but I would repurchase the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is the shade Fair, and I just really enjoy this. I like putting just a little bit underneath my under eyes and sort of around my nose and putting that on underneath my foundation. I feel like it really brightens up my face and makes me look more awake. I like it on days where I'm not really wearing a lot of makeup. I'll just pop a little bit of this on, and I just think it looks really nice. It's also super affordable. I would like to try some different concealers. Like, concealers and bronzers are kind of what are on my like lookout at the moment of things I want to try, but I am very happy with this because it's like £8, I think, and I like the colour. I could maybe do with a darker one when my tan is like fresh, but like right now this is really good for me and I really enjoy it. I've been very happy to add this into my makeup routine, and I think I would definitely repurchase it. Okay, 2 of my essentials that I would absolutely repurchase if I lost my makeup bag. The first is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. I talk about this quite a lot on my channel, but this is the one eyeshadow primer I have found that works with my oily eyelids. I have very oily eyelids, so if I don't prime my eyelids before putting eyeshadow on, my eyeshadow will be creased and crumbly and just horrible looking within about an hour. It really just, my eyes cannot hold it up, and this primer just creates like the most amazing barrier between my eyelids and the oils. It just keeps my eyeshadow on for such a long time. A tube of this lasts me a really long time as well, and it's super cheap. It's like £3 or something like that, and I just really recommend it if you are someone who has oily eyelids. It is translucent, so it doesn't give you like an even base across the lids, but because I usually do my eyeshadow like this, like all the way up to the eyebrows, that doesn't really bother me because I'm gonna cover the space, the real estate with eyeshadow anyway. But if that is something that bothers you, then definitely keep that in mind, that it doesn't cover your veins and it won't like even out the skin tone. It just has like it's just a translucent base. But I absolutely adore it, and I would absolutely 100% repurchase that if I lost it, because I can't wear eyeshadow without it. And again, another one, the NYX glitter glue. Mine is like all of the packaging is rubbing off. It's pretty disgusting, but this is an essential for me as well. I use it practically with every shimmer ever. It just makes everything so much more impactful, makes it last a lot longer because it's got that adhesive to stick to, and it's also so useful if you want to do like cut creases and things like that with shimmers, but you don't want to use concealer like me. I can't be bothered to use concealer, and this is so much easier, so much more foolproof, so like you're so much less likely to make mistakes with this because it is clear. So absolutely love this. This is one of my like holy grail products, so I'd repurchase the NYX glitter primer. Okay, for brows, if I lost all my brow products, the only one I would repurchase is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I'm wearing just the e.l.f. Wow Brow in my brows right now, and it just gives the perfect amount of fluff. Like, it doesn't give the most amazing hold. Like, it's not like a brow glue or like a soap brow or anything like that. It's not gonna like hold your brows up, but the color and the fluff that it gives, it just makes them look natural, like really natural, but really fluffy. And I really like that, especially on days where I'm not wearing as much eyeshadow, or maybe I don't have as much time. This is such a good product to just like quickly throw in the brows, and it just gives you that really nice color and shape. I use the shade Black and I just think it's amazing. This is a 100% dupe for the Glossier Boy Brow. If you use the Glossier Boy Brow, stop spending like 14 quid on it and spend £3 on this, because it is exactly the same, does the exact same thing. Actually, it's less gloopy than the Boy Brow. I love this stuff so much. It's like my favorite brow product I've ever found, ever used. Absolutely love it. I guess we should carry on with cheek products. I've kind of lost my way a little bit, but if I was to repurchase a bronzer, it would be my Nabla Skin Bronzing in Amber. You guys know I only have 3 bronzers. I have this, I have the Milk Makeup Bronzing Stick, and the Iconic London Sheer Bronzing Liquid. So I've got a liquid, a cream, and a powder, and I would just repurchase this one every time. You can see the dip that's in here. You see that pan. I adore this product. It's like a baked kind of gelée formula, so it's really like creamy. It's got a sheen to it. It's just such a nice bronzer. It's a little bit cool toned as well, so it kind of gives that contour. It's just stunning and I love it. It's what I'm wearing today, but to be honest, I've got so much blush on, you can't really see my bronzer, but I adore this and I would definitely repurchase this. And I feel like as well, it kind of functions in the same way as a cream. So it works really well with creams and also with powders, but the cream and liquid bronzers won't necessarily always work well with both powder and cream. So that's why I thought like this would be what I repurchase, but it is also just my favorite. It's the one I reach for again and again and again, and will continue to reach for again and again. Love it. Okay, you guys know how much I love blush. I love blush so much. Blush is like where my heart lies. I feel like my face doesn't look complete until I have blush on. So choosing a blush was a little bit difficult, but I just went with what's the one I've used the most. What is the one that I've used the most? And it's definitely my Fenty Beauty Rosé Latte. I have used this so much and I just absolutely love it. It's got a real dip in it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but I love the tone of it. It's like a warm, burnt terracotta kind of shade. It's kind of neutral, but also it's got like a slight purple undertone. It's just stunning, like absolutely stunning. And a lot of the time when I wear this, I won't wear any bronzer. I will just wear this and it just looks gorgeous. It has the most lovely sheen to it. It's really easy to work with. I love the little compact. I personally prefer compact like cream products to like tube products. I just think that they're a lot easier to work with, and you're not going to accidentally like take out too much because you can be more precise with it. But I love it, using a brush, using a finger, using a sponge, and it's so easy to top up as well. Like if you're wearing this out, you just put this in your bag and just every like 2-3 hours, just check yourself. If you need a little bit more, you can just pat, 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 done. Easy peasy. And I love that, and I just think it's a really gorgeous colour. I've got it in Fuego Flash as well, which I do really like, but it's more of that's like a sheer glittery blush, so I use it more as like a blush topper, whereas this has got a lot more pigment to it, which means I just prefer it. So yeah, if I was to repurchase one blush, it would definitely be this one. As we all know my favourite eyeshadow palette, so I'm not going to stay on this too long, but I would repurchase the Ace Beauté Flare palette. You know I would. So I'm just gonna quickly, it's a grungy rainbow dream. It's got everything I need. It's super versatile. The mattes are amazing, pigmented, blendable. They last a really long time on the eyes. Shimmers are really pretty, very like metallic and wet looking. Not my favorite, as I always say, but they work really well in the color scheme and they still are very pretty. And that would just be my number one. I could lose all my other palettes and just have this, and I would be very, very happy. I'd be a very happy girl. So yeah, I'm not going to stay on it too long because I feel like all I talk about is that palette. Mascara. Now, I like a mascara that is volumizing, slightly clumpy. I want my lashes to look like I could be wearing extensions or falsies, something like that. Because my eyeshadow preference is very bold and very big up to the eyebrows, I need mascara that's gonna like be able to compete with that. And the Kiko Milano Extra Sculpt was my favorite mascara for a long time, but it smudged and it crumbled, and I just, no matter what I did, it wouldn't like go right on my skin. I recommended it to loads of other people and they really loved it, but I think it's because I'm so oily around my eyes that it just didn't really work. I love this. I love this. I've been using it for like a week and a half now, and I can tell you that this is my favorite mascara, and I'm gonna be repurchasing it. Like, what I'm wearing right now is one coat of this mascara, and I just think it's so pretty. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't crumble, it doesn't fade. It looks really nice with eyeshadow. It looks really nice without eyeshadow, because if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, I don't want my lashes to be as like thick and intense. I'd rather them be more sort of fluttery. And I find with this mascara, I can really be quite precise with my application. So I can kind of take the mascara through a bit better and make my lashes less clumpy and just like long and like pretty. And I'm really enjoying this mascara. I've also got another one, like I grabbed two when I was in Prague. I've got the Sculpted Volume mascara as well, so I'm going to try this after I've tried this. It's just like the only place they sell Essence in Norwich is Wilko, which is just like really awkward and inconvenient to go to Wilko just to buy mascara. But now I work very close to Wilko, so I can go and buy them from there. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I really like it. I think it looks really pretty, so I'm a big fan. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about lipsticks. For a long time, red lipstick was my one and only. Like, I wore red lipstick every single day for probably about 3 years. I just loved it. I still love it. I love it very much. But since my eyeshadow preference has changed a lot and I like to do bold eyeshadow looks, red lips have kind of like fell to the back, because I would much rather wear like a grungy brown like smoky eye with a red lip. That's like the way I like to wear a red lip now. Or if it's an orangey red, you know, like just like really bright glossy skin, bright eyes, and then like an orangey red lip. So it's like now red lips to me, they go with a specific look, if that makes sense, rather than like red went with everything. Now it goes with less, just because my eyeshadow preferences have changed and I like to do things that are more dramatic and bold, like what I'm wearing right now. So definitely I've started to prefer nude lipsticks and sort of really embraced the nude. I used to hate nude lipsticks. I used to think they were so boring, but I just, your preferences change, things change, and yeah, my preferences have definitely changed. And I'd say that this is probably my favorite lipstick right now, because my favorite lipstick changes all the time, but this is one that I keep using, I keep throwing in my bag, I keep in my pocket at work so I can touch up. This is one that I just keep using because it just looks good with everything, and it is the Kaleidos Lip Clay in Adobe. So this is one from the Sandcastle collection, which you can now buy these individually, or you can create your own lip vaults. And this is just like a really warm, like yellowy, kind of peachy brown. And it is just so nice. I think it looks really nice with my skin tone and with all the blushes that I wear. And I just think it looks gorgeous. These poor jogging bottoms are just covered in makeup. But yeah, I just found that this is such an easy lipstick to go with so many things. You all know how much I love the Kaleidos Lip Clay formula. It's like moussey and matte and comfortable, but it feels like really creamy. You can still rub your lips together, and I find it lasts really well. It comes off when you eat and drink and stuff, but it's really easy to reapply, and I've just been really loving it. And it's just, yeah, it's just been living in my bag. So that is a sign of a good lipstick, when I just keep throwing it in my bag and keep reusing it. And I would definitely say that right now this is my favorite, and if I had no lipsticks all of a sudden and I needed to just buy one, it would be this, absolutely, because it just goes with everything. I think the last category that I just completely missed was eyeliners. The thing with eyeliners is I wear a different eyeliner depending on the look that I go for. So I've got none that I would necessarily buy to like go with everything other than like a nude eyeliner, but I haven't found a nude eyeliner that I love yet. But I would probably say, if I'm to choose like one eyeliner that I love the most, it's probably Blue Skies from the Beauty Bay pastel line. And it's just like a periwinkle eyeliner. And it's just a really nice colour. And I like it with purple looks and blue looks because it is that like kind of periwinkle colour. It goes with both. So that's a little like honourable mention. It's like, that's my favourite eyeliner. Would I repurchase it if I lost all my eyeliners? Probably not. I probably wouldn't repurchase any of them. I could live without them. But that is my favourite one that I have. And that is everything. I'd love to know what your #1 products are. If you lost everything in your collection, what would you repurchase? I would really like to know. I hope this wasn't too repetitive and boring. I feel like I talk about my favourite things a lot on this channel, but I do like these things. So I'm gonna talk about them a lot because I want to use them all the time, and I do use them all the time. Sorry. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. That'd be really cool. And as always, eat good, drink good, take care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.